Welcome back to the channel, guys. Today I found a 21 Ram 3500, and this is a bighorn that is very unique. I mean, I can't stress this enough. It is available here at Criswell in Thurmont, Maryland. Be sure to give them a look out. Let them know you saw this video if you're interested in this truck. I'm going to go through the window sticker with you. I'm going to show you guys some of the options and why I think this is a perfect dually you can buy right now. Let's get into the video. Base price is going to be $43,020. This truck has a lot of options. Now this is that Delmonico Red Pearl. Standard equipment, you don't even see it because of the options you have on this truck. And I'm serious when I say this, there's a ton. Be sure to pause it if you'd like to see more too. And all in, you have a price of $76,040. Oh my goodness. And this is a regular cab dually. You can pretty much tell that this truck looks a lot more upscale than what you've seen on bighorns. And the reason why is because it's a sport appearance package. That is going to give you a painted surround for the grille, and it does black it out too. Has a little bit of chrome accents. And then the bumpers are going to be painted front and rear. And those LED headlights were an option too. Now, if you want to get these LED headlights, you're going to have to spend a lot of money because you have to get the level B package in order to get these as an option. So just keep that in mind. They look really good on this truck though. Really good. And you have the tow hooks, parking sensors, and as I mentioned, a lot of these things are going to be optional on this truck. And this does have the reflective style LED fog lights that pretty much match the headlights, which are also reflective style. These polished aluminum wheels do really accent this truck really well. I like that it has black mirrors and running boards too. I think when you have too much chrome, it starts to look tacky, and this truck just looks really good. Now, these are going to be a 17-inch wheel wrapped in an LT 235/80. These are 10-ply tires. They're Nexen. I don't know what it is about ramming these cheap tires, but here are some of the capacities. Hopefully you guys can see it down here. And nothing new, but this truck does have a solid front axle. And these powered tow mirrors were an option too. Okay. You do have your clearance nails up top. And just check out this, how nice this truck is. Notice that you have a painted door handle too. You do not have smart key because it's not available with the bighorn. But one thing you have to take note of is your fuel tank size. Now, I'll put it in the video, but this truck does have a 28-gallon fuel tank. So you really want to probably consider if there's an option. I think there's a 50-gallon tank, but I'm not sure if it's available for the single cab. I know it's available for the long bed crew cab, but I'm not sure for the regular cab truck. But check out your duals out back. And this truck does have air suspension, which was a part of that max tow. So you don't have any overload leaf springs because you don't really need them on this setup. And you do have these smoked out LED lights on both sides of the dually bed too. You can delete that sport on the side of the bed if you don't want it there. And they do show you a small sticker that says Ram air suspension. Out back you have LED tail lights, so every light inside that tail is going to be LED. And as I mentioned earlier, painted bumper, and you do have the parking sensors. I haven't seen this in a while, but this truck does have the bed step. Haven't seen that on the trucks lately. You are going to have an assisted tailgate, spray and bed liner. Now you can kind of see some of the rust here, but the dealership took out the 30,000-pound hitch because unfortunately people are stealing them, so they take them out of the trucks, which is smart. You have your 4 and 7-pin connector, and they also give you a cargo plug too. You have these LED lights, and this does have 2 cameras up top here. We'll go over that in a second, but that's pretty much it for the bed. really do like this Delmonico red. Looks really clean. Pretty truck. Check out this interior. Now keep in mind, this is a Bighorn, right? So you're gonna have an upgraded door card, so you have some stitching, nice material design, aluminum door handle, cool little storage, and they do have the cup holder thing inside of here too. That's an option, believe it or not. This truck does have powered seat for the driver's side, and there is storage behind the seat. I wish that Ram gave you like a quick release or something like that, especially if you have this power seat, so it takes a little bit more time. But there's quite a bit of storage behind the seat. And notice that this rear glass also slides. Power adjustable steps just below. You just hit the button on the side. That was an option, so just keep that in mind. I believe it was on the level B. And yeah, look at the seat design. This is a really, really nice setup. Perfect regular cab for someone who doesn't need the back seats. You do have power folding mirrors and auto down, but you have to hold them coming back up, so just keep that in mind. You do have the 7-inch cluster, 8.4-inch display, and check this out. Now, I will say, if I were buying this truck, $77,000 is still a lot of money. I will be honest with you there. But this is a perfect truck for a empty nester who does not need a big truck. Because when you go to hook up your trailer, look how easy it is, especially a gooseneck or a fifth wheel. I mean, you literally can see it from here. And you can call it to the wifey too, tell her how hot she is. Now, this truck does not have the 360 camera, but you see here you have heated seats. You can lower that bed down. It typically doesn't work though, I'll be honest. It's a little bit more cumbersome on the 3500s because of the leaf springs. And if you go here, you do have a backup camera, and it does have an external camera that you can hook up to your trailer or inside your trailer. And when you don't get the 12-inch display, you do have the heated seat buttons outside of the screen. You just have a single control for your AC. The auxiliary switches was an option, and as you just saw, this truck did have the air suspension. But yeah, this is a really, really cool truck. I think it's a great option for someone who might just need a truck to do a trailer every once in a while. Tons of storage, and again, this design, the fit and finish inside of this truck is just top notch. I think that Ram does it the best. This would be a 3-passenger too. I don't believe you can get this truck with the center console with the regular cab, so you would just have to have this flip down here. You have a USB inside of this storage area, and you have 4 more down below too. Really quickly, let's go outside and so I can show you guys the air suspension. All right, so here's one on this side, and then the other one, you can kind of see it down there. So you have one on each side, and it's only in the rear, but this is really good for a truck like this, because if you plan on towing a trailer that has 3,000 pounds of hitch weight, this thing's just gonna level it back out again. I haven't driven a truck yet with air suspension on the 3500s, but from what I've been told online from other guys that do have them, they said that it's night and day difference from the trucks that have the leaf springs. But really quickly, we're gonna take this truck for a ride. I think that is necessary. I think I did a video on a truck like this similar, like a blue one, but I just like this one so much better. I think that the headlights, I mean, this truck is just done up a little bit better. I think I have expensive taste. I need to calm down. But let's go ahead and take it and see how well it does in terms of fuel economy, things like that. I mean, just think, this truck has radar cruise control, has blind spot monitoring. I mean, this truck has a lot of different features, guys. Such a good build. And if you are in the market, I'm telling you, this is a truck that will not last long. Now, like I said earlier, we are going to reset the fuel economy. So let's go ahead and do that now. That way we have a good idea of what this is going to get on a quick round trip. All right, let me just get out of the parking lot. There's a lot of cars coming. All right, here we go. I just reset the trip. lot of great features in here. Now, I've said this a few times in the past about 3500s. When you're driving at low speeds, the air suspension does feel a little stiff. But once you get up to highway speeds, it's like almost like a half-ton or 3/4 ton truck. But I will say, I mean, this truck rides the best when you have a load behind it. I feel like that load just really, it just smooths out those leaf springs, and it just helps those airbags do a lot more of that, you know, heavy lifting for you. Now this truck, as you can see below, I don't see that this truck has navigations. So actually, let's go to apps. Yeah, this truck does not have navigation. Now it is available. You just have to opt for it separately. But overall, you know I'm not a huge fan of the eyes in when it's unloaded, but nothing wrong with this truck just going down the road just normally. Man, so quiet. It's a little bumpy. I mean, you're definitely driving a stubby dually. This truck does have that little steering system too, which will help you stay in the lanes if you start to veer out a little bit. Let's hit it just a little bit right now. A little bit of delay, not too much, but overall, this is a really, really nice truck. Like, I envy anyone who buys this truck because it's just such a cool little guy. And who can hate those stubby hips on the back too on a regular cab truck? I think these look the coolest. I mean, the mega cab is like the Tonka truck of them all, but this one looks really cool when it's in regular cab form. You gotta love that rear visibility too. Like, visibility is no problem when you're driving a truck like this, regular cab. And even, of course, you know, having these big mirrors too, you can see around the truck really easily. Now, I do notice because you don't have that crew cab, those hips are a little bit closer to you. So that kind of stinks a little bit because you can't really see them as good. But nevertheless, I mean, the truck is shorter, so it's still easier to maneuver. And what I'll do is I will reset the fuel economy again on the highway. That way you can kind of get a better idea, because I'm going to do an acceleration for you, okay? It was only 2 miles, but that was kind of like a city drive there. So I'm going to reset this in a second here. But we're going to do a 0 launch. Wow, it's not bad. This truck does have the 1,075 torque, 420 horsepower because of the high output, 410 rear axle. This truck just got up and went just now too. I mean, it felt strong for a dually. And let me go ahead and reset this. I mean, this won't be as fair, but this kind of gives you an idea of, you know, the kind of fuel economy you can get on the highway. Because this truck is a dually, I mean, you're going to probably get average city highway, probably about 13 with the 410 rear. If you get a 373, it might go up a mile or two, but I can't imagine it going up much more than that. But yeah, I think that this is a really good option for someone who needs a truck to tow some heavy equipment, and I think that this truck will definitely fit the bill for a lot of people. So I am going to show you guys the Payload here next, and yeah, we'll go from there. Alright, so the fuel economy was like 15 and some change on the highway. That 20 is not accurate because I was just coasting down a hill for like about a mile, so it doesn't really count, but it was like a 15.3. That's about what you're going to get, you know, unloaded on the highway once you like average it out. The first thing I would do to this truck is change these tires. There's just a lot of sway. I mean, and the tire pressure is pretty high for the most part. I think it was like about 80, wasn't it? Yeah, 80s. So it just felt a little unsettling, I guess, when I was, you know, kind of turning the steering wheel side to side. I do not like the, what do you call it? The lane keep assist. I would turn that off all the time. I'm kind of glad my truck doesn't have that. I feel like that system is just cumbersome. I'm not used to it, I guess. Maybe if I lived with the truck for a few weeks and like got used to it, like turning me, I can kind of learn to like it, but I don't know. I'm not there yet. I'm still against driving functions that try to control me. I don't like to be controlled is what I'm trying to say. But like I said earlier, we're gonna go look at the payload number. I might snake you guys because I'm going to do a part 2 to this video, but I won't snake you guys. I'll show you the payload. All right, so here are the numbers for this truck. Gross axle weight rating in the front is gonna be 6,000 pounds. The gross axle weight rating in the rear is gonna be 9,750 pounds. Gross fuel weight rating is gonna be 14,000. All in, payload capacity is gonna be 5,598 pounds. But hey guys, thank you so much for watching this video. I hope it was helpful. In the next video I'm gonna do on this truck, I am going to explain the max tow package. I had a few people ask me the question about that package, and I figured this would be a good time to kind of discuss it since I have a truck on the lot to use as an example. See you guys soon.